Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Welcome to our family chapel during Corona days. What is a corona? It's a crown. And while it can mean many things, and in this day it may not mean the most pleasant of things, I'm choosing to take on the mantle, the crown, and give it a fun spin. In these days that we're experiencing, sort of a change, because of this virus, this coronavirus, this germ that has a funny shape that reminds us of a crown, we're having some different times, some special times. We get to spend more time with our family than we normally would. But these days are different, and they are what we make of them. And that reminds me of our invocation. Do you guys remember it? We say it every Sunday in chapel, and you can say it with me anytime you want now. It starts like this. See if you remember it. This is indeed a day that God has made. Let us then rejoice in it and be glad, and let us count our many blessings. Let us be grateful for the capacity to feel and to understand. Let us be grateful for the incredible gift of life. And let us be especially grateful for the ties of love that bind us together, giving dignity, meaning, worth, and joy to all of our days. Now join me in saying our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. For chapel today, I wanted to talk to you about superpowers, because we all have them. Did you know that? We have the power to save the world. One of the ways we can do that is a very superhero thing to do, is to wear a mask. Do you all have a mask? I have my new mask. Mine has octopuses on it because I love octopuses. Isn't it cool? I get to wear it to the grocery store whenever I have to go. I haven't been leaving the house much. Have you? Do you get to ride your bike or take a walk, at least, I hope? Get out and see some of these beautiful flowers this spring. Today I want to read you a story called What is My Superpower? By a young woman named Aveik Johnston, who is an Inuit, an Inuk, from what is known as our state of Alaska, from far, far north, from the cold, cold climes. It's a wonderful story, and I hope you enjoy it. And while I'm reading it, I want you to think about your superpower, what it might be. In a little house in the middle of a very small town where winter is always longer than summer, a little girl named Nirvana lived with her mother. Nelvana loved everything about her small town. She loved the quiet roads with lots of space to play hide and seek and tag and street hockey. She loved to ride her bike without worrying about cars coming down the road like big monsters. "Anena," Nelvana said to her mother one day, "if I had a superpower, I could fight big monsters, you know?" "Yes, Punik," her mother replied as she stroked Nelvana's hair. "Do you think I'll ever have a superpower?" Nelvana asked. "I don't know, Punik. Maybe," her mother said with a smile. Nelvana always thought about what it would be like to have superpowers. Everywhere she went, she wore a yellow cape made from a blanket and a pair of snowmobiling goggles resting on her head. On the first day of school, Nelvana was in gym class where a boy named Davadi ran to the gym so quickly he was just a blur. All the other kids tried to race him, but he was faster than all the kids in the class. "Davidi, you have a superpower," Nelvana excitedly told him. "You can run faster than a ski-doo." "Do you think that's true?" Davidi asked her. "I know it's true," said Nelvani, "but I wonder what my superpower is." Nelvani went home after school and told her mom all about Davidi. "He was so fast, he almost burned the floor of the gym," Nelvani told her. "He was like the wind on a blizzardy day." "Wow, he must really have super speed," her mother replied. "If Davidi has a superpower, does that mean I can have a superpower too?" Nelvani asked. "I'm sure we will find out soon," her mom said. Nelvana imagined herself flying in the sky or talking to animals or even breathing underwater. The days began to grow colder, but that did not stop Nelvana from going to the playground to play with her friends. One day, Nelvana saw her friend Meta swinging so high that it looked like she was going to loop around the swing. Nelvana and her friends all stared at Meta, amazed. Then suddenly, Meta was flying from the swing. She landed so far away that Nelvana was sure that Meta had flown through the air. "You can fly! You can fly!" Nelvana said. Meta smiled widely. "Really?" she asked. "Of course," Nelvana said. "If you keep practicing, someday you'll be able to fly all the way around the world." When Nelvana went home that day, she told her mom about the amazing flying girl she had seen at the playground. "She was flying?" her mom asked. "Well, she was jumping really far," Nelvana explained. "But I'll think she'll be able to fly for real if she keeps trying." Nelvana started jumping around the house, off the couch and the tables, trying to see if she could be like Meta. "I don't think your superpower is flying, Punik," her mom said. "But don't worry. We'll figure out what your special talent is soon." The next day, Nelvana and her friends brought their sleds to the big hill next to the school to go sliding. Nelvana's cousin, Jonesi, was already at the top of the hill building an inuksuk. Across the top of the hill, there were snow sculptures of animals and snowmen and even a whole igloo. "Jonesi, did you make these?" Nelvana asked. "Yup," he said. "All of them, even that polar bear right there. It was easy." "What else can you make?" she asked. "Anything. I can make a caribou and maybe even a monkey. I can make things out of rocks and even ice." Is it your superpower to make things?" Nelvana asked. "Can you build whatever you can think of?" "Yup," he replied. "I can build anything." Nelvana told her mom all about Jonesi's superpower. "Punik, didn't you know that Jonesi's dad has that superpower too? Jonesi's going to be a carver just like his father." "Does that mean I might have that superpower too?" Nelvana asked. "I've never tried to build anything before." "Why don't you try it out?" her mother asked. Nirvana tried to build an inuk-suk out of her blocks, but it fell over. She tried to make a house out of her Legos, but it was too hard. She sighed. I guess it's not my superpower. Her mom hugged her tight. I'm sure we'll figure it out soon, Punik. Nirvana kept finding friends who had superpowers whenever she went out to play. When she went swimming in the spring, she met a boy named Adami who could hold his breath underwater longer than anybody else. They were playing games in the water, and Nirvana wanted to see who could hold their breath longest. She thought she had been under the water for minutes, but after she ran out of breath and came up to the surface, Adami stayed underwater for so much longer. When he finally came up, Nirvana said, "You can hold your breath for a really long time. That must be your superpower." "Do you think so?" Adami said. "I know so," Nirvana said. "Cool," Adami said. "It's like I'm half fish." Nirvana was happy for her friends. They had all found the things that they were good at. She liked to tell them they had superpowers, and she liked to see them smile. They all seemed so happy to have a special talent. But Nirvana wished she knew what her superpower was. "Anina," Nirvana said when she came home from school one day, "I still don't know what my superpower is. Am I ever going to figure it out?" Her mom gave her a big smile. "I think I know what your superpower is, Punik," she said. Nirvana looked up at her, excited but confused. "What is it? Can I fly like Maitai? Or am I really strong?" "No, Punik. Can't you see?" her mother asked as she hugged Nirvana very close. "Your superpower is making people feel good about themselves." Nirvana smiled. "I think that's a good superpower to have," she said. Join me in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Take 3 deep breaths. Settle in wherever you are. Feel your body. And think about your superpower. What it is. Is it building things? Is it explaining things? Is it finding beauty? Is it sharing experiences? It isn't a big thing. Most superpowers aren't. It's what brings a little light, a little joy into the world, for yourself and for others. That is your superpower. Find it. Cultivate it. Nurture it. Work on it every day. Bring that light into the world for yourself, for everyone around you, and for the whole world, because you're making it a better place. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind. flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of all surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of all surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
Thank you for being here today. For the last 100 years, All Souls has been a beacon of free faith. For the last 10 months, we have stretched ourselves to continue to offer incredible programs and services, meaningful ways to connect with each other, serve the needs of our community. All of our programs are offered freely, making every opportunity for growth and connection accessible. We cannot continue to do this work without your support. Please consider making a gift or your 2021 pledge today if you can. No gift is too small. Thank you, and know that we love you.